Hello everyone and welcome to another Let's Code. Today, as you can see in the title and the thumbnail, I will be trying to make a Bertha shoot through the stargate. So first let me load up the map. SGC, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, so our goal will be when I target this place here so that this Bertha shoots into this target and comes this way. But first let me share the link. And let me also open the chat on my on my second monitor. Okay, let me check the chat. So if I write something here, I see it over there. Yes. So I just have to turn my head around to look at the chat. So I will maybe, I mean, I have it here on my laptop, you can see. Ta-da! But if I put it here, then I don't have that much space for my mouse. This is annoying. But hang on, I will think of something. Now my setup is getting all messed up. But it's fine. If I move this here, and I move my laptop over here. Aha! So there is plenty of space after all. I just cannot move my mouse very well, but it's not a shooting game or anything like that. So it should be fine, hopefully. Yeah, like this, it's good. And I can see the chat really well from here. So hopefully I will be able to respond to chat better. But yes, let's share the link. And let's get started. Also, where do I see the number of people watching? Just to see. Oh, one watching now. Hang on, I let it play here. Muted on low quality, so I can see when if the stream starts lagging or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so the stream looks fine. So let's get started. So first order of business is to figure out if again, like when I open the map goes on the bottom, so I should probably delete it. When I shoot somewhere, actually let's shoot over here. The thing to figure out is if this. Oh, it needs some creeper over there. Hang on. Let me create some void here. And let me put an emitter there. Perfect. So the first order of business would be to figure out if this is a unit or not, and if I can set its position with functions like set unit position. Because if yes, then it is pretty good. I mean, the Bertha would like be pointed this way, and when it shoots, the bullet would start going this, and then it would continue here, and it would look kind of weird. But yeah, it's something. The other possibility would be to completely rewrite the Bertha unit foreground up as a PRPL unit, and then I can do whatever I want. I can do when I click here, it actually points in this direction, and then the shot goes directly. Now let's write some script that will tell me the IDs of nearby unit. That is the... Again, I go back and I go back up and I'm back in the bottom. It's so annoying. So hang on, let me see if I can rescale the map. What is this height? 83? Okay, so terrain, resize map, height 83. Apply. Uh-oh. Yeah, it deleted the unit. Perfect. The units. Perfect. Let me build some more energy and let's get to it. So let's go into scripts and I will make new script unit test. Why I'm laughing? Well, unit test means something very different in programming. It's when you want to test a class or a method or a piece of code, you write something that is called a unit test. That tests if that code is correct or not. But this tests if something is a unit or not. Which both of them are a test, but a different kind of test. So let's just go current chords range like 20 and I want in square range, that's fine. Get all units in range. Yeah, this whispering is a little bit broken because this whispers to me the function from PRPL. So there is a bug in Notepad++ and I haven't yet gone to fixing it. So I mean, hopefully I remember from memory that this returns all of the IDs on top of the stack and then the count. So I do just like this and then save the ID. Right? And then UID, get type, get unit type, trace, and then here show trace lock, clear trace lock. Perfect. So now I do compile, I put the core over. Oh, I need to close that window in order to build something. Let's move it here so it could intercept it easily. And then add the unit test to it. Close. Oh, so you can see it it gets some unit. Maybe if I move this pulse cannon away. Oh, it's actually going through the... Wait, what is this? What is this madness? Oh, I know what that is. There is hang on, let me fix it quickly. There is this thing. Hang on, where are the... Oh, I have way too many files open. So let me close the PRPL stuff that I was working on before, so that it doesn't get in my way. Oh yeah, this was for a tutorial. Chip out again, that's PRPL. Oh, there is a lot of it. I mean, I would need like a different tabs here, like one for normal PRPL, one for my custom modules, one for normal CRPL, and one for like my tutorial series. And then there would be 4 lines of tabs, and that would make me very happy. But yeah, this is fine. This is the navigator from the stargate, yes, because it is very different. Oh, I definitely don't want this. It is very different from the... Yeah, this is from a tutorial. And this is for PRPL as well. Yeah, the navigator is very different for the stargates and for the portals. But there was one code, this one, and this... yes, this doesn't... Oh, this does have... Oh, I am destroying it before it says this attribute. Okay, my bad. So I need to do it like this. Makes sense. Yeah, there was a bug with these. With these power zones here. But if I click unit, can I? Oh, I destroyed the stargate as well, hang on. My bad. So, C4 clone. I mean, I wonder what will happen to this cannon. I think after it goes here, it teleports it back here into the bottom because like the ID got broken. So let's see if I'm correct. Yeah, it just teleported to there into the bottom because the ID got broken. Okay, but let me delete this power zone. Let me recompile, and now it should be fine. No, something is broken. I mean, it is the Stargate connector is another skip underneath the Stargate that connects power. Because if I said that the Stargate itself accepts power, then as you can see, it needs to be big, so it blocks. Oh, this is neat. So it blocks. How do you call it? Pink. So this is the skip, and if I said it accepts power, it would go here to the center, and I want it to go here at the bottom. Also now I see it is really not centered very well. But hey, what can you do? Nothing is perfect. Oh, but the animation is cool. I don't know if you can see it well. Hang on, what happened? Okay, whatever. So, I missed the opportunity to look here. Maybe I will filter out the collectors, or I will just move it further down the line so it doesn't detect them. Oh, it still detects plenty of units, so maybe all the way over here. Oh yeah, that's fine. So when the Bertha shoots, I just need to step it frame by frame and see if it detects the... Oh, I missed it. Okay, so let me disarm so I don't miss it this time. And then let's play at 1 speed and play it frame by frame. Okay, so 1 speed, pause the game, disarm, and then frame by frame it. Let's see if it detects it. Oh, it doesn't. So it seems like this is not even a unit at all. The Bertha shot. So I cannot manipulate it in any way. I cannot redirect it through the Stargate, which is a shame. Well, so the other thing I can do is to build my own Stargate, I mean my own Bertha. Now there are two possibilities. I can somehow utilize the Bertha. For example, when player builds it like this, I can detect that it started building and I can replace the real Bertha with my Bertha and it will build from there. Or I can leave the real Bertha there until it gets built, and after it gets built, I can replace it with my own Bertha that is already built. Maybe. So I don't have to deal with the script building, so I can replace it only once it is built. So that is good. I mean, you can like destroy it. You still get this menu when it's building. Now, when I replace it with my own Bertha, I will need to add this menu as well. I mean, deactivate this time, stop resupply. So I will need to wait to select it. I mean, I can listen to mouse click, right? So that's pretty good. Well, it is going to be interesting, that's for sure. But let's get started with the interesting part, making the Bertha. That will be a lot of boring stuff. I want to make the script that computes the range and the viewing angle and stuff. So how do you do it? Well, you need to detect all stargates in your region and all stargates in the region you are shooting into, and then consider the shot going like this and consider the shot going like this and display like the range indicators here. Now, do I want to make the range indicator a single image, like this would be a triangle that would go into the Stargate? I mean, it's not that bad, right? and this would be like how do you call it, like a rectangle but with like tilted sides. I know it's called lichoběžník in Czech language. I have no idea what is it called in English. But the question is, can I rescale it to match any scenario? Because if the Bertha is really close, then the angle will be really wide, right? Like this. But if it's far away, the angle will be really narrow. So, I mean, the distance between the points here needs to be the same, but the distance here at the end has to be different. So that's impossible with just one image that is scaling. The other possibility would be to have a full library for rendering any four point convex, how do you call it? Polygon. I mean, any polygon with 4 points that is convex. I mean, it is relatively easy to render, and all I would need to do is to specify points 1, 2, 3, 4, and bam, it would render the cone like this. But the problem is that it would be probably made out of 4 triangles, and the edges could be like you could see the edges, and it wouldn't look good. So the other possibility would be to create it out of 2 images somehow. Oh yeah, I can make it out of 2 triangles. If I have points here, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can make one triangle like this and the other triangle like this. Now the problem is that if the triangle is that I can scale the image, but I can scale the image like so, but I cannot tilt it like this. I can rotate it like this, but I cannot tilt it. So if the image with the triangle has a right angle in it, that means no matter what kind of scale and rotation I do, the final image will always have a right angle in it somewhere. So that would mean if it needs to shoot over here, then I need the one right angle triangle like this and another right angled triangle like this. Now will it be a problem? I don't think so. Well, it will be difficult to pull off. So I'm thinking whether I want to do it with 2 triangles like I said, or just one, or 4 triangles and make it anything I like. And I mean, while I'm at it, let's go wild and let's make it with 4 triangles, because why not? And how about this thing? Let's make this one interesting as well. So how do I want to do this? Again, I can split it here. No, I need to split it like this. I mean, this can be just one triangle going into the gate. It should be fine, but this will be more interesting. So enough talking. I just had to imagine it in my head. Now you will see. I mean, I can just show you in MS Paint, right? So if I want to draw the range indicator like this, all I need to do is to split it here first, and then split it here in a right angle, right? And now you got 4 right angled triangles, and I can, if I have an image of a right angled triangle, I can scale and move it and rotate it like this. So I can make any 4-point polygon with four triangles. I mean, assuming it is, if it is convex. If it is like this, then it might not work as well. So let's not do this. Let's do this. The other possibility would be that I was thinking about would be to just put it like this, but that would mean that this angle has to be right and this angle as well, and that would limit how the cone can look, and I don't want that. So let's not do this either. Well, let's get to it. Let's make a new script called hang on, edit map script. Let's call it cone render, and it will be like a, I mean, I can worst case scenario, I can just take the function from here and move it elsewhere after I'm done. But first let's start with this. So triangle image. So this will be important. So let's make an image of just a triangle. So this would go into PRPL 3 as stargate command. SGC stands for stargate command, because I already had a map there called stargate from the map by Yam with the creeper stargates. So I had to name it something else. So this will be triangle. Should I make it high pixel or low pixel? Well, I will want to use the pixel perfect image slot, otherwise it would be bad. So I think 64 will be fine. I mean 256 will be better, right? Because it will render the image better. I want document properties and pixels, and just wait an easy triangle image. So the center of it will be just like this. Simple enough. So I can get this tool and then just fix the points manually. So this would be 0, 0, 2, 5, 6, 0 and 0, 2, 5, 6. Perfect. Now let's go into fill and stroke. Yes, fill, no stroke, and the fill should be white and full visibility. Perfect. So now let's export. Export as SGC triangle.png. Save, export, perfect. So now let's go back here and go into custom images. Let's try the pixel perfect slot. I think that will be better. So where did I put it? KJX images, PRPL 3, SGC, triangle, open. Nice. Save the game. And now let's put the name here, custom 0256 pp. Is it like this? Or how was the image name? I don't remember. Yeah, it was like this. Perfect. So now let's define our 4 points. Let's call them x0 to x3. So let's start with some random points. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and let's just set these more or less randomly, and let's hope that it will be convex. Otherwise, it might not work. Hang on, I already got this. So let's go something like this. I have no idea where these points are on the map, but yeah. So let's get to it. So first, let's review the plan. Right? You got the points like this, let's say. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's counted from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And first I want to split it like this. And like so. And like so. So I will need to compute these 2 points first. So I will need to get this line, which is the line between 0 and 2. And then I will need to project these 2 points into that line. Wow. Can I remember how to do it? Well, I know there is like a really simple equation that I can use. So I could either try to remember it on top of my head or derive it by using linear algebra or just Google it. So in case you don't want to Google it, the way you would do it is you have this vector which creates a line, and then you have this vector which is just this one rotated by 90 degrees. So you get these 2 lines and you compute the intersection. So it's not hard to do, but I will look up the project a point into a line. I will look up the no, I just want a 2D point into a 2D line. Oh, this seems something that I would want to use. If the pass line is passing through origin. Oh, well, it isn't passing through origin. Otherwise, yes, it would be really simple. Oh, there are some images here. Yeah, I could read it, but it's complicated. So yeah, this is the line, and this is the. Hang on, where is the point that you are trying to project? I don't understand from this image. Hang on, let me. Oh yeah, this looks better, but again, it's a line going through origin, and I think I could do that easily if I wanted to. Okay, so this is the distance, but I need the point itself. Wait. I can do this. Oh no, this is horrible. Well, no, I don't want this. Well, I think I can figure it out from this somehow. Oh, this even gives you the coordinates of the point. Okay. So the line needs to be expressed like this. Okay, that's fine. And then you get the coordinates really easily, I see. Okay, well, the first order of the business is to express the line like this. Now these two is the vector that is like how do you call two vectors that are like this? Orthogonal to the line vector, that's fine, and then you compute the C. So let's get to it. It will be a lot of maths and a lot of fun. So, like, compute the main line. So I will call this, hang on, where is the chart? This will be called the main line, right? And how will it work? Well, you need the, hang on, yeah, this will be the vector of the line, so I need 2 minus 0, so x2 x0 minus subtract, and that will go into the main B, and then y2 y0 subtract will go into main A. Now why is it switched? Because I actually need to negate it here as well. Because you need to take these two numbers, switch them, and multiply one of them by -2, and then you get the orthogonal vector, and that will be very important. Now you compute the C as setting it, I'm very bad at explaining. Well, you take like main A and multiply it by x1, x0. And then the same for main B with y0. And then you add them together, negate the result, and then you get the C value, right? Is that correct? Let's see. Now let's print this out, and let's also check that my calculation was correct, because I'm really not sure that I did it correctly even. So trace 3. Now how do you check that the calculation is correct? Well, you get main A and you multiply it with this, right? You do this calculation, and then you just add this to it, and then you trace the result, and this should be 0. And this should be 0 for this one as well. So that's how you know you did the calculation correctly. So let's test it out. Compile, close. Now let's build a core somewhere, and add a corner renderer to close. Oh, I need show trace lock, clear trace lock. Perfect. Compile, close, unpause. Oh, I put neck instead of neck. A common mistake that I always mistype this. So now it should be fine. Oh, it's 0, 0, so it actually works. Wow, amazing. Well, so that's one thing done. So we have the equation for the main line. Now let's go back to Wikipedia and let's copy these two. Hang on, what is this? Oh, it's just an image. So I will need to copy these. Right, because I need these 2 points, right? So what should we call them? Like A and B, for example? Sure. So A will correspond to 1 and B will correspond to 3. So into AX will go what exactly? B times this. Oh, this is multiplication. So I need to start with this multiplication. So B is actually main B. Then x0 is x1. Then I'll multiply. Then I take this one, which is A, that is main A. Then y0, that is y1. Then I'll multiply and then I subtract. So this is this parenthesis done. Then I multiply by B, which is main B. Multiply, that's this part done, and then I subtract AC. So that's main A, main C, subtract. So it's this part on the top done. So next let's do on the bottom, which is main A, duplicate mul, that's A squared. Then main B, duplicate, multiply, that's B squared, then add these together and then divide it, and I'm sure all of these are integers, so divide them as float numbers to get the target. Wow. So let's copy paste this here. So we start by yeah, bx. Oh, let's first change it to x3 and y3, and then after this is multiplied, this actually needs a negation here, and then ay, that's fine, except this gets added, then it gets multiplied by a, then bc is subtracted, and then it is divided by the same, and it goes into ay. Oh no, this gets still x1 and y1, but this goes into ay, and then I need the same again, but with x3 and y3 instead. Bam, and that will go into bx and by. Oh. Perfect. So now we should have these 2 points gathered. So next up I will need a function that will draw a right angled triangle. So in order to do that, I basically want to draw this rectangle given these 3 points, right? So how to do that? Good question. Well, the center of the center will be here, so that's just between these two, and the angle will be this angle here, right? And the scale will be this distance here will be one scale, and this distance here will be the other scale. So let's put it into a new function called, okay, I don't need the Wikipedia anymore for now, called draw triangle, and it will take 4 floats, I mean 6 floats, and return nothing. For now, I mean we can improve it later. And what it will take is in order it will take this point, then the one here to the right, and then the one to the up. Yeah, that looks good. So it will save into up y, up x, then into right y, right x, and finally into center y, center x. Makes sense. Then let's get into drawing. So first I need oh yeah, I need a unique name for the image. Okay, I will add new parameter called name for the image. That I guess will be the best. So self name triangle image set image. Oh no, I don't want it in all caps. Image, nice. So we need to set the 4 arguments, right? Position, scale, rotation, and color. Oh, we don't have to set color. So only 3. So that's good. So let's start with position. Well, that will be the hardest one because we need to subtract the current position of the script. Or we can set the script to 0, 0. I mean the core to 0, 0. So we don't have to do that. Yeah, I think that is a good idea. So self 0, 0 set unit coords. Does that work in PRPL? Let me check. Okay, compile set unit coords. No, it doesn't. So it's 0. I mean const chord x and self chord y set unit attribute. This is just to, I mean, I don't care about chord, I care about pixel chord, right? That will be the important one, because that way I can just, when the image wants to be at xy, I can just set the position xy. I don't need to do xy minus the current position because the current position is 0. So that will be helpful. So for the position, let's see. Where is our image? Is this it? Yes. So the position will be the average of these 2 points, of the right and up. So that will be really simple. So self, and then right x, up x, up, and 2.0 divide. That will be the x position. The y position will be the same, y, and for z I'm going to put -10. And then set image position. Perfect. Next, for the angle, it will be just the angle of this vector. So from the center to the right, so that will be right y, center y, subtract right x, center x, subtract 8 on 2, set image rotation. Except I forgot to put the name there as well. Nice. And for the scale, it will be simple. It will be this distance for x scale and this distance for y scale. So self, and then the distance from the center x, center y to the right point, so right x, right y, distance. However, this gets the distance in pixels and I want it in scale, so I need to divide by 24, because one scale is 3 cells and one cell is 8 pixels. So one scale is 24 pixels, so 24 pixels is one scale. So if I want to convert from pixels to scale, I divide by 24. Makes sense. So next, from center to the up will be the Y scale, and then just set image scale. And I forgot to put the name again. And also after compilation, let's remove images so that I get the removed images from last time. And finally, let's add the render function here. So first let's start with this. This takes A10. So let's call it image 0, and it takes A. Then 1. So x1, y1, and then 0, x0, y0, and draw triangle. Let's copy this 4 times. So 1, 2, 3. Then the next one takes A to 1. So just 2 here and 1 here. Oh, I'm just like this, not the other two. Perfect. Then the next one, this one takes B to 3. Okay, so I can actually overwrite it like this. B to 3, and this will take B30, I assume. B30. Let me just check. B30. No, I'm wrong. It takes the one to the right and then to the up. So it's B03. Okay, that does make sense. Oh yeah, it needs to take B03 and B30, not B23. I mean, is there a difference? I mean, this scale would just be negative or something like that. Hang on, I want to see how it looks if I give it switched coordinates. I want to see what if. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Okay, what is wrong? Hang on, let's not move the other. Let's focus on the first two only for now. Okay, so even this function is wrong because the triangles should be centered at the same position. So what is going on? Right up, right up. So this looks good. Right minus center. Let me check. That's right minus center. So that's fine. And the last one is the distance to the right and distance from center to up. So this actually looks good. So maybe the calculation on top is wrong. I mean, that's entirely possible. Okay, so let me try something easy. Let's just put the 4 points in a square like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, back to 0. So it should be easier to handle. So let's put all this away and do 200 into x0 and copy this x1 2 3 and then do y on like this, and then if we start on the left top, if we start on the left top, then if we go to the right we increase x, so that's actually 200 to x. Then if we go to bottom, then we copy and increase y as well, and then we decrease x, so go back to 0. So this should be a nice square. So let's see if it helps at all. Okay, so this is completely busted. Well, that's good to know. So increase x, increase y, decrease x, decrease y. So this should be good. Now, this looks okay, 0, 0. Now I assume these two are the problem. So I will check it out. So AX, AY, because both of them should be 250, right? Because if it's a square, then it should be just in the middle. So trace 3. And the same for B. And let's see where in this equation is the problem. Oh, so they are almost at 0, 0. That's pretty weird. So back to Wikipedia it is. And let's check if I copied the formula correctly. So this looks good. Okay, so bx multiply ay multiply, subtract, then multiply by b, then ac subtract, and then a b add divide. So this doesn't work out for some reason. Now why is it? I don't know, I have no idea. Yeah. This is quite tricky. Yeah, this is fine. Wait, hang on, it isn't. Wait, how is this possible? If it goes from 0 to 2, Oh yeah, that is the... No, hang on. Wait, if C is 0, then the line must be going through the through the through the origin here, right? Well, that doesn't make any sense. So, but I mean, but then this shouldn't work. Hang on. Oh, I see. The line definitely goes through the origin. I'm just dumb. Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. So why doesn't this work then? Okay, let me trace stack before and after. Let's see if something is leaking from the stack. That is a good indicator. Oh, I can see integer 5 million leaking from the top after the computation. So wow, that's rather big actually. There might be a potential integer overflow. But should there? I mean, at most it is 2 pixel coordinates combined. Oh, it is 3 of them. It's actually a pixel coordinate times this coefficient times this coefficient again. So what I think I will do is I will just put s float here everywhere, because I don't want the integers to overflow. So just to be safe. But I don't think it's an integer overflow issue. It again, this computation leaks a number from it, right? So I must have wrote it wrong somehow. Yeah, it just leaks 5 million somewhere. So let me check again. So these two gets multiplied. Subtract. So now there is just one number. And multiply. That's just one number. So subtract. Oh, I'm missing a multiply here. I want to multiply these two and then subtract the result. So that was the mistake. Yeah, so of course the computation was all wrong. Almost working. Well, you can see it is no longer leaking. The points are computed correctly. Just the rendering, not the best, to say the least, but definitely better than before. So what went wrong? Is the... Hang on, I need to open this. Okay, get rid of these traces. Okay, this can stay, that's fine. This can stay, that's fine. And let's move these back, and also let's color them. So that I can tell them apart. So self image 0. So this one will be red. Set image color, and the other will be green, blue, and blue and yellow. Perfect. How do I want to... let's forget it. Image 1, Oh, what did I do? Oh, what is going on? Oh, I had English keyboard on for a while. Okay. Let's compile. Ah. So red, green, blue, yellow. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the red and green are the first two are wrong for some reason. So let's review the definition. So first is the center point here, then the right point, and then the up point. So the right is x1 and y1, and the... But hang on, I thought that these two were the incorrect ones. Okay, did I just... No, they just... No. There must be something else going on. So this one has actually 3, 2. Let me try to... Oh, what did I do? I think I closed it accidentally. So let's go... what does this... What is this? Navigator. Okay, that's fine. Unit test? No, corner render. Yes. I wanted to... No! Stop it! Oh, I have a numlock on. No, it is still closing them. What is going on? I mean, this keyboard shortcut always wrote the hashtag for me, but now it is closing the browser. I mean the window. What is going on? Again? What is this? Hang on. Settings, preferences. Oh, it just says English here? Oh, maybe. Oh, I'm just dumb. Okay, that explains it. I actually had English keyboard when I thought I had Czech keyboard, and not vice versa. So that's the explanation. Well, never mind that. Well, let's fix those two, because I think that these two are broken, but they are the ones that are actually correct. So what is going on here? Let's see. Ah, so they are now broken as well. That is so weird. I mean, this is... It's really hard to tell. This is the center, I assume. So it should be pixel coordinates 250, which should be 30 by 8. Yeah, that's about right. And 34 from the bottom, so 50 something. Yeah, so this is definitely the center. Except this should be switched then from what I thought it should be, and I don't like it. Because that means that center right up. Center right up. Zero 3. Hang on, I want to see. I want to see what the scales are on this. Okay, so the scales are positive now. And if I switch it, then does the scale become negative? No, it is still positive, but fixed for some reason. That is so weird. I mean, I could either try to figure out why this is or just accept that it works and move on. So I'm choosing option number 2. This is one of the situations when something works and you don't know why, so you just accept it and roll with it and don't ask any questions. So let's try it with some random points over here. Again, as float, just to prevent integer overflows. Whoa! Well, it might just be that it is not a convex shape by accident, so that's why it's broken. Okay, let me instead increase this coordinate slightly. That should be fine. And let's see what difference does it make. Okay, that actually looks pretty good, to be honest. Let's also make the images half transparent, so I see if they are overlapping. And let's decrease this one while I'm at it as well, to see the change. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. So let's move this second point up, like a lot. Let's see what happens. So second point up. Oh, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. So I moved this one up and now it's not convex, I see. So let's move this one up instead and see what happens. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So let's move this one a lot to the left. Let's see what happens. So it is this second one X with to like 200 only. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So you define any 4 points and it renders the cone between them. So I must say I like it. Oh, it clips through the stargate here, so funny. So now let's adjust the script. Hang on, let me see what it looks like if I don't set the color. If I leave the color as it is. Well, I get some annoying dots here, but otherwise it's fine. What if I set it to be half transparent? Because that's ultimately what I will want, right? Just a half transparent targeting with let's leave it white for now. Should be fine. So skip compile. Okay, well, these dots are almost invisible. Well, I would obviously have to check what it looks like when it's larger. But I must say I'm really impressed. It looks really well. I mean, I can barely see it if I know what I'm looking for. But if I set it, if I set even less transparency, like 96, it should be visible even less, right? Yeah, barely noticeable. The terrain here helps. I don't know if you can see it in the YouTube video, but there is like few pixels here and there that are where the image doesn't cover it because how it is split up. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Uh, yeah, it is slightly more visible than this range indicator, so let's aim for the same visibility. So maybe it will be only 1/4, so 64 alpha. Yeah, it looks exactly the same, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same visibility. So yeah, this is again the pixels here. I don't even see them, so you couldn't possibly see them on the video. I mean, here is one, so it's really hard to see. Maybe if I build a structure under it, it will. Oh, it is seen even worse. So yeah, it is good. So now let's try to hard code how. I mean, let's just move my mouse. Oh, I mean, no. What did I want? Yes, I want to move my mouse here and I want to project the cone into the gate and from this gate onwards. But I will have to think about this for a little while, so I will go to the toilet and I will be right back. Hello, I'm back. So, let's continue. Wait, where did I end? Yes, I want the preview to work. So, how to do it? Good question. I'll just make sure. Yeah, that's fine. So, yes, if I move the mouse over here, I want to cast like 2 rays into the gate that will then reflect and hit the, let's say, the end of the map, and then form the thingy here. Also, let me show you something that will be useful. As you can see, the gate has 2 parts, one that is like on top and another one that is like on bottom. So when a unit goes through, it has an animation of going into the gate, as you will see, like so. Now this will help me because if I want the render to end in the middle of the gate, it will be fully absorbed. So that is very good for me. Just putting it out there as like what is going on. Oh, it's actually going through the stargate. Look at it. It's going into the front and then it goes into the stargate and comes out of this one. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, let's get to it then. So this, what to do with this? Let's move it into a function called draw polygon. It will take 4 floats, I mean 8 floats, and like so. Okay, it will set the coordinates as well, I know. And instead of this or this, it will just save the coordinates like so. Oh, what did I do? No, I don't. Yeah, paste it like this. I just need to reverse the order. Hang on, so I don't want to mess this up. So x01, xy, xy, xy. Nice. Looks good. So this is fine. Except what I want to do is get mouse position into mouse Y, mouse X. Now, the 2 points in the gate that I want to cast the ray into, that will be important to get. So let me just let me just cheat a bit and hardwire the gate's ID for now. So show trace lock and clear, trace lock and then self trace, so that I know which target is which. Compile all. Okay, this one is target 0 and this one is target 878. 1 to 5. Oh, I know what's going on. Or do I? I have no idea why this target is complaining. I'll just ignore it. Not my problem right now. So 0 here will go into source gate and not once. 878 will go into target gate. Now I want to take the center of the gate, that's fine. and then move to the left. Let's say 1, 2, 2.5 cells to the left, or even 3. Let's try 2.5 and see how it looks. And that will be like the 2 source points, and this would be 2 target points. Oh, this will be rather difficult, but let's try and make the most of it. So source gate, again this can all go into this lens block, that's fine. So constant pixel coordinate X, and then I guess the range I set 2.5 cells, which would mean 20 pixels into range. So range subtract will go into source 1x, then y, I don't need anything here, into source 1y, and the same with source 2, except I will add here instead of subtract, and the same with the target gate. So target and target 1 and target 2. Now what I need to do is to make a vector from the mouse into the source that then continues from the target in the same direction. Of course the y of the direction will get flipped, but that's up to this. So I guess I will call it ray 1 and ray 2. So if I need a ray from the mouse to the target, so I need to think that the mouse is at 0, so I need to take the target minus the mouse. So that would be source 1x, oh I did press delete it, mouse x subtract into ray 1x, the same with ray 1y, and the same with ray 2. So now these are the ray from to the source gate. Now I need to flip the y coordinate, and that would make them go from the target weight onward. So just flip to get a ray from the target gate. So that would be source, ray 1, or I can just negate right here and get the y flipped instantly. Negate y to flip the ray on the other gate. Now what might be interesting is to have different gates at different angles, and you would have to like properly recompute it, but maybe for another time. Also the animation, the rendering of the gate would be a little bit more difficult if it was like tilted at an angle. This one I think is fine. Race from to the source gate. Yeah, whatever. Hang on. So yeah, this is fine. Oh no, I already did this. So now what we need to do is to raycast this ray until it hits the edge of the map for now. I will change it to the end of the region later, but for now let's do the edge of the map. So how to do that? That is a difficult question. Well, let's do it simple first and fix it later. So what I will do is I will step the ray step by step. I mean cell by cell until it hits the end of the land. Now in the end it will be changed to step the ray until it finds the last piece of land in that region. Because you can have a big region but a land shaped like this and you want the ray to hit the end of the land. But if there's a void, then you want to go it over the void until it finds the last piece of land in that region and then shape the ray by that. I mean, I will show you later. But for now, let's just do until it finds a land or something, I don't know. So what I need to do is to normalize the vector, right? So that is done really easily. You just go x, y, 0, 0 distance and then into distance and then you return x distance divide and y distance divide, or even better yet, I will name it a scale 2. It will take float and then return just float and then it will take x, y scale and return x and y. So it will scale these Oh, actually need to divide here if I want to do it like that. Yeah, because yeah, this is fine. This will scale this vector in order to be this long. And that's fine. Now normally I would just multiply by this after dividing by distance, but dividing the distance by this will have the same effect. And it will save the instructions, so why not? So first we need to scale the rays, right? Ray 1x, ray 1y, and scale to 8 because one cell is 8 pixels, so we want to go cell by cell, so we want to go by 8 pixels at a time. So scale to into ray 1y into ray 1x, and the same for the other ray. And now we want to step until we find a land. So while through repeat and while. So what could possibly go wrong with something like this? Good question. But let's write something like current, or let's call it search. That's good. So How how do I want to call it? I want to search from the target. Yeah, so I take the target and put it into search 1x. Because this is the first search and it's the x coordinate of that first search. So same for y. And while this is true, then I repeat that. Yeah, so I will write it one way and then I will change it later. You will see. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. No problem. I'm just always thinking if I want to do it this way or that way. And if I explained everything, it would take way too long. So let's start with this. And then pixel to cell. How do you call get length or get terrain? Hang on, let me open the wiki and see. Returns -1 for void. Well, that is pretty annoying. You would think that it returns 0 for void, but whatever. So -1 equal if, and then just return or break if it found void. And then otherwise just increase this search. Otherwise this would get stuck really quickly if I didn't increase it in here. And increase the y as well. So do the same for the other array. So just replace 1 by 2 here. 2 search 2 2 2 2 2. And finally here we get to the render. So we start with target 1, then target 2, then search 2, and then search 1. You don't do search 1, search 2 because then, hang on, let me show. Now what is this? Oh yeah, this is my own stream. Because then you would, instead of drawing it like this, right? You would draw it like this. Because this is like 1, 2, 1, 2. So you need go 1, 2, 2, 1, and back to the beginning. So that's why it is done this way. And then search 1, x, search 1, y, and then draw a polygon. There is absolutely nothing that could go wrong. I am 100% certain that this will work on the first time. And let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, nothing is happening whatsoever. So let's try this. Let's see if something changes. Something is completely wrong. So corner render is here. That's good. But this should be printing like crazy. So what is going on? Oh, maybe the mouse is changing and I cannot see it because there's so much trash. So what do I don't just get rid? Yeah, I mean get rid of this scale trace. That should be good enough. Oh yeah, so the mouse does change, but pretty much nothing else. So is it the pixel position of the mouse? Yeah, it seems like it. So the problem must be somewhere else. Okay, this can go away, don't need us anymore. So maybe let's see what these variables have. Maybe this is oh, I see the problem. Get unit attribute. Now we are talking. Whoa. Okay. Oh, the A doesn't change at all. And also, what are all these ones here? Oh, that is this trace here, so I don't want that. Compile. Okay, well it's doing something. I mean, look, like half of it is doing okay, right? Like you can see that the idea is there, kind of. So let's check it out. First the X and Y of the source and target. That looks pretty good. Then the X, I mean of the source and the target. Yeah, that looks okay. Hang on, let me move this a little bit here just to see the difference. Compile all. Yeah. Next, source 1, source 2, source, target 1, target 2, source gate, target gate, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, get unit attribute, sub, add. So this shit, this is fine. Source X, target, X, Y, so this is fine as well. So X, X, Y, Y, X, X, Y, Y, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you negate the Y immediately. Well, let's try it without it. Let's see what difference does it make. I mean, the count should go just upwards instead. Yeah. Again, you can see. Oh, you can see it reflecting on the end of the terrain there. That is good. So you can see half of it is working correctly. I mean, unless I go to the other half and it gets all freaked out, or do this when it gets freaked out as well. But on this quarter, at least one of them is working correctly, which I guess is the Ray 1. That Ray 1 is working correctly, it seems, and Ray 2 is not. So let's see what is the difference and where did it go wrong. So scale 1 xy 1 1 2 2 yx yx. Good. Target 1, target search 1 1. Oh, what is this? Okay. I have no idea how that happened. Just deleted a command by accident, I guess. Oh, look at that. I mean, except what is going on there at the end? That's pretty weird. Wow, look at that. Do you see it? So if I go closer, it is white range. But if I go far away, it is like really narrow. What is that? That is like so weird. If I go, oh now it becomes completely broken. Okay, so let's not do that. I mean, here it starts to become. Wow. I mean, it must be a bug in the rendering, right? Somewhere. Oh, I know where the bug is. This is something that I didn't consider. Hang on, delete everything. When I wrote it like this, right? Icon like this. I did go from 0 to 2. And I imagine that this would work just fine. But what if the rendering is like this? No, it is still fine. Hang on, I have to. Oh yeah, I know. What if the rendering is something extreme like this, right? You go from 0 to 2. And then this happens, right? And then everything gets broken. Oh! Oh no! Oh no, this is bad. Oh, that is tricky business right there. I mean, what do I do? This is this is a big problem. I guess I can take the point in the middle, because I cannot connect it like this nor like this. So I guess I can take the point in the middle and render the triangles like this. But again, these triangles will not be right angle triangles, so I cannot render them. Unless I split each of these in half and then render 8 triangles instead. Wow, that would be completely insane. But it would work, right? I mean, the computation would be easier as well. So let's try that. Let's try this this thing. Let's throw this function away. I mean, let's just comment it away and save it for later in case we need it. I mean, this is fine, but the rest needs to be redone. So we do this, and then I get the center of the image. It doesn't need to be like an actual center or anything. It just needs to be a point that is inside of the polygon. Into center X. And the reason for this is yeah, it just needs to be any point inside. And if it is convex, then this will always be a point on the inside, so that's fine. So next, I think instead of writing the same code 4 times, I will write another function called like this will be renamed to draw right triangle, because this can only draw a right angled triangle. And this will be called draw triangle because it can draw any triangle. Can draw only right angled triangle. Can draw any triangle. Cool. So that's fine. Right. Except now the points will be called ABC. So AY, AX, BY, BX, and CY. Oh, we already have C here. Well, I wish I had local variables here. Huh. Well, let's just put the dt in front of it for the function name. Easy clap. So dy cy and dy cx. Well, this will also fix the problem of the name. Otherwise, this name would interfere with this name. Now it's fine. Problem solved. Just put the prefix to fix everything. So what I need to do here is project the point C into the line created by A and B. So I will need line projection as well. But I will not need the line calculation. No, this. Oh no, I will need this madness anyway. Because I still need to project the center into this line, right? So I pretty much need all of this mess right here as well. Now something. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong key. That's why. So the main line will be the line from the first point to the second point, and the third point will be the point up there. So in order to compute it, so A will be the first point, so I imagine the line going from the first point to the second point. So it is the second point minus the first point. So the same for Y. Second point minus first point. And then I just put yes, AX, AY, mul at negat main C, that's fine. And then I put the same AY and AX here for the check that and B as well, that I didn't mess anything up. So trace this will just give me the line, and this will give me 0. Let's also do this so it saves space. Now let's even do test trace 3 and line trace 4, so I know which trace is which. Simple. Yeah, looks good. Now it's this all is fine. I mean, I will need it only once, and let's call the new point D. Right, so this point will be called D. This is like A, B, C, D. So that's fine. So main B. Oh, yeah, let's use the C here. So CX and CY. So everything else should be fine. And then we can feed it right into the draw right triangle here. So that will be dx, dy, then let's start with a, so that's all the dt prefix. I mean, I don't need it for the main ABC because that's not used anywhere else. But dx, dy, that could mean difference x, difference y. So I also I want to be consistent with this as well. So this will be a and b. I mean ax, ay, and then cx, cy for the top, and then draw right triangle. Oh, it also needs a name, so I will use this name, and then L for left, concat, and then R for right. Also this looks like one, so let's use capital L, capital R, and yeah, just use the B here instead of A. Well, I'm still thinking why it was switched last time. Well, let's see. Let's do it the easy way. Just do 50-50. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, just switch it. And not think about it. So now that we have this, it will be extremely simple. So triangle 0, or what was it called before? Whoa, what did just happen? Uh-oh. I think I broke it. Oh, it's back. Okay, it just was broken for some reason. Oh, it was just called image 0. Oh, I broke it again. I think that the function just notepad plus plus spazzing out. Triangle 0, that's fine. So I want to start with x0, y0, and then x1, y1, and what else? Oh yes, the center, of course. Center x, center y, and then draw triangle. So let's copy paste to 1, 2, and 3. So this is from 0 to 1. This should be from 1 to 2. This should be from 2 to 3. And this should be from 3 to 0. Just like so. So this will use 8 images, but hey, I will only need to render one of them at a time. Also, let's see if it fixes this mess. I mean, here it looks okay, here it's a little bit wonky, and here it is completely messed up. So let's see if now it will be any better. Compile, close. Whoa! Okay, the test here doesn't add up, so I messed up something. Hang on. bx minus ax, by minus ax. Well. That is the problem probably. So ax, by, so that's fine. Compile. Well, the test says 0, 0, so that's fine. But the line doesn't change? Well, that's really weird. mean, why would the line not change? That is like extremely suspicious. Oh, it's because it's the first image here that is always like the same or something. My god, where is that? Oh, here is the show and clear and whatnot. Oh yeah, the line is different here. Anyway, so that's fine. Oh yeah, the line does change. Oh, but the test somehow fails. Oh, you can see the difference is like smallish. It's just some float miscalculation. Yeah, you can see 0.01. So that's just a float miscalculation. It shouldn't cause anything like this. So the line seems okay. So maybe the problem is here, but it's just copy paste. So. If it was working before, it should be working now just as well. And I am passing CX-CY into it. DT-CX, DT-CY. So that's fine, this should all be okay. And then DT-DX, DT-DY. Ah, something very horrible is going on. Not if I command these two. And just put like 500 into it instead. Well, now it will be completely broken. Well, I'll just see what happens for the fun of it. If it will be better or worse. I mean, it couldn't be worse, right? Oh, I was wrong. It absolutely is worse. Let's try the average of these two. So DTA, DTBX, 0.2 divide, I mean add them first, right? Into D. And then the same with Y. Into dy, and let's see what this does. This should make it not so much horrible. No, it still completely spazzes out. I mean, it shouldn't spaz out like this. There is something seriously wrong somewhere. dx, dy, dx, dy. I mean, there should be a here, right? But it should just render the same triangle twice. It shouldn't completely spaz out like so. Or maybe this center x is interfering with another variable named center x. No, I don't think I have any variables named like this. Or maybe the name here is interfering with something, but again, that wouldn't make it spaz out like this. So I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I mean, it is like completely and utterly broken. Oh, it's because I didn't divide by 4 here. So the center is like four times somewhere, who knows where. So that makes sense. So now, yeah, it's still bad, but it's not as bad, right? Let's fix this back as it should be. And I don't know, it is still a little bit, I mean, it is still way more broken than I would expect. Okay, so at least it's not utterly broken anymore. So we are making some progress. I mean, look at this. I mean, the triangle is just at the wrong position. I don't understand it. I mean, the angle of the image must be messed up, right? I mean, what if I switch these two? Will it fix it? Because as I said, I think it is the same problem as before. But I don't know. Oh no, well, it looks like half of the images are broken now. Interesting. So maybe I need to switch only some of them? Like so? Oh! Look at that, it almost works. Oh no, it gets completely broken. But here it works. I mean, there are some images extra. Hang on, let me set the visibility. Self name. So what should it be? 255, 255, and 64. Set image color. Capital C. Yeah. So you can see that here for a brief period everything is fine, and as I start to move this way it starts to get broken. But here it's fine for some reason, and here everything is broken. Hang on, if I switch both of these, then will it be fine if I move downward? Hang on, so now everything should be broken here and everything is fine here. So it's wow, that's really interesting. It must be somewhere in the function of rendering a single triangle. So if you get the center, then position on the right and position on the top, then this is the center of the image. That's fine, the scale is fine, but the angle is wrong for some reason. Now I just use this for angle, but for some reason it isn't enough. And it's so weird. I mean, I know that when I draw an arbitrary triangle like this, right? I need to make sure that if I'm drawing this triangle, then this is on the right and this is on the top. But if I draw this triangle, then this is on the right and this is on the top. But even if I rotate it by 180 degrees, then this triangle, which is now this one, then this is still on the right, and this is still on the top, right? Oh, this is so weird. I keep saying that, but honestly, like, what is going on? I cannot understand. Oh! Oh, that's right. The scale isn't being set to negative if it's on the other side. So yeah, that explains it. Maybe. I mean, think about it. If but it shouldn't be negative. It shouldn't have to be negative, right? Because that's what the angle is for. Ah, it's so annoying. So annoying. But I think I need to put this function to the test. The draw right triangle function. I think there is a problem with it. So, as I said, I need to put it to the test. Hang on, remove images. Can go here as well. So how do I put it to the test? Well, I get well, actually, let's put it to the test. Very simple. So I get coordinates like 200, 200, let's just call it test. And then I get the mouse position X and mouse position Y as the second coordinate. And the third coordinate, I need something that is on the right angle with the previous one. So that would be mouse X minus Y minus this one, and the other one would be mouse X thank god, this doesn't make much sense. If I take this vector, subtract it, and then add it to 200, 200 anyway, then I might as well do mouse Y here. And this should be mouse X for 400 at or something, I don't know. Or we'll just skip this and do 0, 0 for the center, X, Y, that's fine, MX, Y, and then negate here. And this should be fine. So let's try it out. Compile all, close. Oh, nothing is happening. Oh, that's because I'm not calling the function. So, draw right triangle. So I think there might be something wrong with the scale box. Oh. It's trying to follow the mouse. But we can see it is flipped. It's just so weird. What if I negate the other one? Will it fix it? Oh, now it's fixed. Hmm. Hmm. Ah. So annoying. And if I switch these two around, what will happen? Will it get broken again? No, it's completely the same. Hang on, that makes no sense whatsoever. Self-test, red, green, blue, alpha, set image, color, test 2, and then switch these around, and red, green, test 2. Something really weird is going on with this. Whoa! Oh! Oh! It's completely busted. So this should be the pointy point of the thing, right? The center. That's the last argument. What is going on? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Ah. Help. It's so busted. Ah. I need to think about this. It's like so weird. Okay, so the green one is like fine, right? The top of the triangle is in the core, and the red one is completely busted. Because the top of the what just makes no sense. I mean the center for the images is the same, right? Hang on. This is way too complicated even for me. Wait, I can figure it out. I just need to think for a little bit. Let's start over. The first point here needs to be this point where the right angle is, right? And the second point is just another point, and the one is like 90 degrees counterclockwise from it. So this, you can imagine this being on the right and this being on the top. So when I call this, I save it into up, then right, then center, and always Y and then X, and then AMA. So this should be fine. However, if I go over here, then the way it is rendered is as a rectangle, like this, right? This is the image of the triangle that I have loaded, and this is how it needs to be rendered, and this is the angle under which it needs to be rendered, and this is the center, right? So that makes sense. So you can see that the center is only dependent on these two. So since in this scenario these two are just switched, then that means that the center is the same. So that is correct. But the red one has the right angle where I have my mouse. So that is wrong. That is the first one. So how is that possible? To have the right angle there. Hang on, let me see. So for the green one, it's correct that the mouse is like to the right and the other point is to the top. So the green one should be like usual and the negation there like so. And I guess the reason why the red one is busted is because the right and up are switched than what they should be. So if I just do what the green one does, except negate the other thing, then this point and this point, those are both negations of each other. So if the green one goes like into here like this, then the red one should go like this, right? But no, it gets completely busted. Hang on, let me show you. See, the red one gets absolutely busted. Now why is that? Oh, it's because the... Oh, I need to... Aha! This gets tricky. Just remember where the triangles are now. Wait, hang on, can I pause? Oh, I can pause the game and show you. Perfect. So this is where the mouse is, right? Now if I want to draw the triangle like this, then this needs to be right and this needs to be up. So I actually need to switch these around. Oh, this is getting way too complicated. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, stop it. I switched them for the green triangle. Let's switch them for the red triangle. Compile and unpause. Okay, now we are talking. Now it is not so broken. So all the problem is that the left and right are switched. I mean the right and top are switched. Right, that's all the problem. I can rotate it around. It has no problem whatsoever. Right. So if it gets busted, hang on. There must be. Okay, let me try another thing then. Let me comment this out because I figured out this works. And let me try something different. Test. And then let's try start at 0, 0 and go to like 300, 200. And then the mouse position. And then let's call draw triangle, but normal one. So let's try to check that function out. Let's see how that works. Okay, so here it works okay, right? You see? But here it gets busted. Okay. Busted. Okay. Busted. Okay. And busted. Interesting. Let me try to change another point in this equation with the mouse. Let's see what difference does that make. Ah, so here okay, busted. Okay, busted. Really interesting. Okay, busted. Oh, it's because the whole polygon gets flipped. Right? That must be it. That must be the reason why it gets broken. Hang on, let me not use the return here, so I can watch both of them at the same time. Oh, but if what I was saying was correct, then it wouldn't get busted like this. Oh no. Ah. This gets so annoying so quickly. Hang on. Remove images, let's find that. Come on. Oh, I have this one. Okay, so if it goes straight down, that's good. But as soon as I move a little bit, it gets broken. Oh, I see why it gets broken. It's so obvious now. Oh, I'm so dumb for not noticing this. Hang on, let me show you. The problem why it gets broken is when it gets rendered like this, for example. Then the center is here and it renders this triangle. And I'm done for. This gets so annoying. So annoying. Okay, I'm done with this. Draw triangle. This function will select the longest distance and then project the third point into the other two that make the longest distance. And there is no way that could possibly ever go wrong. No way. I'm just it's just so much pain. So much pain. But I can do this. Hold my B. So find the longest length. So that would be dt a ax dt ab, and then hang on, why wasn't the first thing working? Wait, now that I think about it, why wasn't the first solution working? It was because of like a really steep angle like this. No, it was like something like this, and if I projected this into the... Yeah, so that's why that wasn't working. Oh, but if I can draw any triangle at all, I can just take the 4 points, split them and draw these like any triangle. So if connecting like this will be most useful, then good. But if connecting like this will be most useful instead, then it can draw them even like so. Oh, this is really good. So I will need only 4 triangles after all. I just need to check the distances properly. Okay, that makes way more sense, I guess. On the other hand, let's leave it like that, like this, because I don't want to go back. I mean, I would need to project into the line once and then once again, and that would be just so much mess. This is better because I need to project into the line only in one function. So A and dt. No, not AB, AY. Bx dt by, and that will go into distance, and it will be distance AB from A to B. So let's copy paste. Same from B to C, and same from C to A. This is distance from B to C, and this is distance from C to... Well, what is that? C to A. Perfect. Now I need to choose the largest one. So if distance AB is greater than distance BC and distance AB is greater than distance BC, I mean CA, yeah, greater than if, then this is the largest distance, and that means that C is already on top, so that's fine. I mean, I will probably need to rename them from ABC to 1 to 3 when the 3 will be the one on top. So that would be DT Oh, but this still doesn't fix the problem because of the left or right spinning thingy. I will just shoot myself in the leg from this. This is so annoying. Yeah, how to fix the spinning thingy? Because I cannot just pass them in the wrong, I mean in the correct order, because even either pointing up or down will like switch the polygon or whatever. I mean, I can always assume that the polygon is going down from the stargate, but that's just bad design. So the best way would be to make sure that this draw triangle function is completely bulletproof, that as long as you give it 3 different points, it will draw a triangle between them. So I just somehow need to detect if the points are in like this order or that order. I mean, how do you do that? You take 2 of them and look at the half space that they create and look into which one does the third fall in. Right, and that's how you choose. Oh, this is going to be so much insanity. So I need to choose both on which is the longest in order to know where to split it. And then I need to know in which case they turn around in order to know in which way to feed it into that other function. Oh, this is going to be complete hell, I guarantee it. But first things first, let's first do the switching first, and then we can do the rotation thingy later. So this will be DT AX will go into GT1X. The same for Y. And the same for B into 2. The same with C into 3. Next we take, otherwise we check if distance BC is greater than distance CA. Greater than if, else, and if. Now if BC is the longest distance, then okay, so if AB goes like, so BC needs to get 1 and 2, and A needs to get hang on, can I insert in this mode? That will be so cool. So insert, so this goes here. I don't even need insert if I select it like that. C and then AB like this. I can even switch these around. So A will go into 2, B will go into 3. Or no. No, B needs to go into 1 and C needs to go into 2. So if B needs to go into 1 and C into 2, then I just copy paste it like this. What did I just do? Copy, paste, and then this goes into 3. Ah, easy. Else the CA is longest, so C goes into 1. A goes into 2 and B goes into 3. Ah, this is so much pain. And then here I just replace B with 2, A with 1, B with 2, A with 1, A with 1, A with 1. This, let's just forget about this testing, who needs testing, and C with 3. Perfect! And here I just use again 1 instead of A. Three instead of C. And 2 instead of B. And 3 instead of C. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this one. Hang on, let me check that these aren't used anywhere after I remap. Cool. Okay, again, as I said, nothing that could possibly go wrong, you know. Ah, okay, so it is broken there for a while. Okay, now it's fixed. Okay, so here on the bottom, I mean here it will completely be broken, but here it gets broken a little bit for some reason. So maybe oh, I am not using an end here, that's why. Compile all, unpause. Oh, you know what would be cool if there was like a third ray, so that it doesn't look so weird when you do it like this into a corner. Okay, I mean that is actually a reason why I did it like this. So adding a third ray uh, would be easier done. But do I want to do it now? I mean, yes, it would look cooler. And looking cool is what this is all about. Because there's no way I'm going to get to implementing a new Bertha. I mean, I will need to take a break. And then I will get to implementing a Bertha. Oh, so I need a new target. Target 3. So target 1x. Target 2x. Add 2.0 divide into target 3x. And this can be somehow optimized. Maybe. Like you say you want 3 additional rays. So you get the left one, the right one, and 3 other ones, and then you get it connected. Oh, that would be cool. I'm so thirsty. But with more rays, you increase the risk that if the terrain is like really weird, you have risk that the center will not be inside the polygon, or something like that, or that you get a non-convex shape or something. So I wouldn't go too overboard. I mean, a non-convex shape is fine, as long as the center computed will be in the center of it. So it doesn't need to be convex, but the center needs to line up. So that's target X. So let's we already have alright, we just average the rays as well to get the new ray, right? So that would be ray 1x, ray 2x, add 2.0 divide into ray 3x. And here you would need to do like an await sum depending on the index and the interpolation, blah 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 blah. And or you could go full madness and do actual angular interpolation instead of a normal one. It's in 2D. It's not that hard to just get the angle and do it that way. But why bother? I mean, with just 2 it's fine, because it is the same whether you do. If you just have one additional ray, it's the same. If you do the proper angle interpolation or the linear one. Hang on, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right, let's say you have 2 vectors and you want to generate like 4 more between them. Now, a linear interpolation is you draw a line, you then create 4 new points, and then you create the new vectors like this. However, this is not accurate because these angles will not be spaced equally. What you need to do instead, if you want to be accurate, is to get the arc, like a circle, and compute the angle, and then divide the angle, and then ensure that the angle here matches. And not just draw a line, put points on the line, and then draw it like this. But if you just add one more in the middle, then it doesn't matter which you do, because the result is the same. So that's what I'm doing here. So x, x, y, y, x, x, y, y, that's fine. Then add the same here. 3, 3, 3. I mean, this should really go into some loop or something, but I'm too lazy. So 3, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. And then, oh, I will need to change this function a little bit. So, search, okay, it goes into 2, then it goes into 3, and then it goes back to 1. So this old one can just go away, and let's just leave the new one, and let's add x4, y4, and add a new one here called triac4 from 4, 4 to 0, 0, and from 3, 3 to 4, 4 instead, and add it here as well. 3, 4, 4, one more add, and divide by 5 instead. Perfect. So now will it work? That is the question. Oh, look at that. Isn't that awesome? Oh, it still gets broken over here, like really bad. Oh, that's so ugly. But here it gets broken as well. I mean, what on earth is breaking it? I mean, here it is completely busted, obviously, but... Oh, here it's more or less fine, but here it starts to get broken. You know, why is that? I mean, the center should still be like very well inside, so it shouldn't pass. It shouldn't be like breaking up like that. No idea what is wrong. Interesting. I wonder what happens if I do this. So set this to red color. And set this to green color. Or blue, that doesn't matter. I want to some more insight on what's going on if possible. Yeah. So you can see here that what on earth is that? Do you see it? It's like absolutely busted. Like what? What on earth is going on here? It's like so busted right now. It's just wow, what? I have no words. Oh, I actually do have words? Question mark? I mean, yeah, of course, that's... Yeah, because hang on, let me pause. The new function gets this triangle, right? And splits it in here. Because this is the longest distance. This is the longest distance, so that's how it gets split. The same with here and so on. So I actually understand why that is happening. But this is the center. So it looks like the center goes outside. Oh, that's right. Wait, how can the center? Wait, the center actually goes outside of the thing? Well, I guess it's possible because these points on the left are weighing it all the way down, but these are pushing it up, so the center goes outside of the graph. I mean, that's the only explanation why it's wrong. So hang on, let me exclude the additional point, which is this one, from the computation of the center, which is not the best thing to do, but if it will work, then anything will do, because right now it's not working and I need to figure out why. So let's try this thing. We unpause. So this look, no, the center still gets out like a lot. Oh, the center computation cannot be right. Look, the center is above all points. So the center computation is busted. Oh yeah, it uses X4 here. I see. So it was just a copy-paste error. I didn't change this into Y. Oh, hang on. Ah, cool. See, I'm just checking if any new messages were in chat. So yeah, now it should be fixed again. Unpaused. Okay, cool. So it looks like it works. Finally. Like that doesn't work if I do this, because again it doesn't check for the rotation of the triangle, which is a shame. But let me fix that in this last function. Draw right triangle. And an easy way to do is this, right? You expect the right to be that and then up. So if you get the angle to the right and then the angle to the up, you expect positive angle. So let's try and do that. So I get oh, we already have this. So I will use this and put it into right angle. Then I will do the same for up and save it into up angle. And then right angle, up angle. Shortest angle, 0 greater if. Now I should expect this, so nothing needs to be done. So 0 into so the right angle, which I was going to use anyway, will just go into angle. Otherwise, I rotate the image. Right angle, P out into angle, Now, the triangle I noticed was like flipped. If I rotate it, it will fix it? Question mark. Yes, it will. Because in 2D rotation is the same as flipping around the center point. So that's fine. And then I use this angle here. Also, I really don't want variable name, just angle. So DRT angle will be better, I guess. Nice. Also summarize. Oh, just a notification. Enter area. Oh, I can put my own emote? Come on. No, I cannot. Wow. Wah, wah. Okay, never mind. Let's continue. Yes, did I fix the script already? Well, let's find out. No, I didn't. Well, I thought I did. No, seriously, it should be fixed. What's going on? It's still the same old. I mean, is it less broken? I don't know. Well, this still doesn't work. I mean, look, if you imagine both of these, like both of these triangles just flip, then it would be fine, right? They just, this never holds up, but oh, this is weird. So, positive trace, negative trace, DRT angle should work fine. Oh, it just says negative all the time. What? Oh, it says positive here. So it switches between them correctly. Wait, what? What? So if I ignore this and just do this anyway. Oh, they can just flip in a different way. Oh, I see. Yeah, I just need to flip right and up, so I just use up angle instead. Yeah, my mistake. Whoa. Oh, the scale also needs to flip. Ah! This is so stupid. Yeah, okay. So this goes into DRT scale X. I mean, this was a horrible idea. Let me tell you right now. I regret everything into DRT scale Y. And then here, let's just flip them. So this will be scale Y and this will be scale Y. And the position needs to be flipped as well. Oh my. No. There must be a better way. Right? No, let's leave it like this, right? Let's leave it in completely default how it was. So let's review what is the problem and how to fix it. Right here. Pause. So this creates a rectangle like this. But my mouse is over here. What? That just makes no sense. Oh, I see. So this just needs to get here. Oh, so it just needs a negative X scale. Okay, that makes sense. So 1 into scale clef, and here negative 1 into scale clef, and then you get the X scale, and then you multiply by scale clef. Oh, I can just put like this and use this instead of this. So to save some, oh then I don't need this now, do I? To save some time, I mean some commands. Oh, so the Y needs to be flipped as well, it seems. But wait, flipping X and Y is the same as rotating it, and I already tried it. Didn't work. Oh, this is such a disaster. Ah, no! No, what have I done? What have I done? Disaster. Absolute disaster. Okay, let's try it like this instead. So the blue triangle. Okay, I give up. I give up. I give up. If it is negative, I just switch the numbers around. I don't care. So I need to switch up and right. So up X into temp X, right X into up X, and temp X into right X. I just ran out of patience, so I don't know how to fix it, so let's just flip up and right if they come in wrong order, and the RT angle should be fine as well, and I hope it will work because I'm really running out of patience. No, what the? Hang on. Up temp, right up, temp right. Oh, I'm using the scale card here instead of 24.0. Oh, it's dividing by 0. Oh, that is never good. Skip compile. Wow, no way. Oh, does it finally work? No way, man. I fixed it. I finally fixed it. Wow, that is amazing. Absolutely incredible. Hang on, let me Let me get rid of the debug here. Yeah, this is fine. Let me get rid of this and this, and let's return the negation here to flip it when it's going through the gate, and let's see how it looks. Oh, nice. Cool. Now if this Bertha could shoot only here, well, that seems like a narrow space, so let's increase the range a little bit. Let's make it 3 cells in each side. Unpause. Perfect. Well, I want also to draw it here, so you know what, let's make it general. Draw polygon. How do I want to pass the parameter? One list of x coordinates and another list of y coordinates. Yeah, that will be better, because this can now draw any polygon, so that's fine. So list. So this will save into x cards, I mean first into y cards, right? I'm thinking if there's a better way than doing this, but it's fine. So x cards get list count 0 do loop. Oh, let's add it like this, so 0.0. So get the center. And this will just get card, I mean x cards at position I, element add, and then finally you divide by the count, divide, and you save it into CX. Perfect. And then you do the same for Y. So Y, 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 Y. Perfect. And then instead of this you do something like this again. Except this time will be triac I concat, and then instead of x0 it will be x cards I get list element, y cards I get list element. That's also like, well, split it like so, because here it will be 1 at, oh, let's also maybe start with this, since the count will be used a lot. What is this? Into count, then copy this. Yes. Count 0 do, count 0 do. Okay. The polygon. and then count modulo. So this will make sure that if it's the last point, this goes back to 0, right? Then draw a triangle and this can go away. So how do you do it then? Well, here you just call it. Maybe I should copy paste my make list n function that I'm sure I have somewhere, but I'm too lazy. So create list, not copy list, create list into access, and then access target 1x add list element, no, not append to list, right? So target 2, search 2, search 3, search 1. Perfect. And then vice, or just lowercase y is fine. And then it will just be access and vice draw polygon. So let's see if this works. It should work just as fine. Yeah, no difference whatsoever. Wow, freaky. But look at I mean, it is not perfect. Like here you can see it, but you can see that the shape is trying to follow the terrain a little bit good, so that's fine. So what I need to do then is after I do this, let's also draw the polygon, the simple one. Or maybe let's do that first. So that will be really easy because I have all the points that I need. So I start from mouse X, then go to source 1x, and then source 2x, and that's all. So y, and then draw polygon, just like so. And this should make like into this gate first as well. Doesn't seem to work. There still might be remove images somewhere, no? Why isn't this working? Oh, because the images get overridden. That's why. So if I comment out this, it will work fine. Oh yeah, see? It shows the applicable range. Funny. Yeah, so I need to do something else for the name, and that is let's just, after remove images, let's put 0 into name counter and use this for the name instead. So here I don't care about name, draw triangle, again just get rid of the name. And let's use anonymous name basically by doing something like, again, rid of the name here, and then so triangle, name counter concat into name, and then name counter 1 add into name counter. Wow, if this will work. Wow, look at that. Perfect. Now the only thing that is missing is for it to be able to consider multiple stargates. So for example, display this cone here, but also this cone here at the same time. But that is for another time because I'm incredibly hungry already. So yeah, I think this is a success. I mean the target is a little bit off. Also, this is just the first step, right? The second step is when you click, like I do click here versus click here, did I click into the selected region or not? And then I need to make the Bertha from ground up. It's more work than I would like it to be. Do I want to put so much work into it? But no, I think it will be kind of fun, right? If you want to attack the position on the other side of the stargate, you have to line up your Berthas, and each has to fire at a specific angle. I think it can be a lot of fun. That's for sure. Yeah, I'll just look at the animation for a little while. Yeah, but most importantly, it is not broken anymore. So that is by far the best thing ever. I mean, the hit detection will be rather simple. You will just need to remember this line, and then get the point, check if it's between the lines and if it's in the target region. Right, and that's all. So I think that's all for this stream. Next time I will try to detect these gates automatically and then detect the hit detection. Like if you have the Bertha selected, you see the range, and then when you click in the range it's fine. But hang on, let me show you realistically. Right, if you click in the range it's fine. I mean, even if you click here it's fine, even though the rendering is a little bit off, but it is still fine, right? But if you click here it is not fine. So that will be the next step, but for now it's all. So thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Bye.